live before, but yeah, technical issues, but I'm back. Hi gems, my name is Adaeze Feyisayo and you are welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a cheap, easy guide to taking care of yourself after an abortion with a special focus on a medical abortion. And this guide is going to basically talk about the health things you need to do. I'm going to teach you how to use cycle syncing to heal your body, to get back into a space where you'll get your next menstruation, your fertility is gonna be okay. I mean, normally after an abortion, your fertility is okay. It's a mythology that medical abortion impacts your fertility. It's a negative myth and a scare tactic that is used by you know who. Anyway, and the guide, I'm also gonna share certain exercises that would, number one, help you have a mindset shift so you emotionally recover. Number two, certain practices that will help you ground yourself and calm your nervous system. Just little things that will make a lots and lots of difference. And of course, what else am I going? You know how we do this thing. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I share videos on reproductive wellness, naturopathy, that is using nature's remedies to heal ourselves, via food, spices, herbs, the good stuff, and just how you can embody joy and healing, especially for women. So this video is somewhat of a reaction to my own viral video on how to safely use an abortion pill that is 3 years old actually. I mean, it comes so full circle from someone who was using other reproductive healthcare products and things like that, and working with them as an influencer with brands and stuff like that, and healthcare providers, and recommending and trying services, to now being someone who has this platform, grow so much, and also have my own reproductive healthcare and wellness products on the market. My Naija cycle syncing guide, which will be a reference point for this video, you can buy it. The link is in the bio. And also even my embody healing tea, right? So I'm really going to go deep into certain key fruits that you might see on the thumbnail of this video, and what are their benefits, the good stuff basically. So click the subscribe button, go ahead and share this video with another woman, another young woman who this would be useful for. I want to apologize in advance for the audio quality. You would hear my neighbors, you probably will hear my siblings, you probably will hear my mom, those who've been coming to my Saturday live stream, you know the story. The mic has officially, if you know, you know. And it's just been a busy week. Oh, by the way, congratulations to us. A lot of good stuff has been happening in the background, and I cannot wait to share it with everybody. But you know what? Let's just get right into this video. Okay. So I'm gonna when I edit this for the replay, I'm gonna add end screen cards, so you can go ahead and watch and learn more about what a medical abortion is. Basically, how to have a self-managed abortion, do it yourself, DIY, with medical pills like Bistripotol and other things like this, Psychotech, other brands, stuff like that, right? So I will put it somewhere above when you're watching the replay. Basically, so this video, let me take you through, number one, let's talk about the physical health aspects of your aftercare guide. First things first is, let's discuss about what your pill, you'll find that in the video if you want to watch that in depthly, but you just need to know that usually within the first trimester of pregnancy is usually like 0 to 13 weeks. There are a lot of changes in your body. Estrogen becomes the most dominant hormones, and I don't want to say it wrecks to have it, but she does her job, okay? None of our hormones are bad. However, when you start a self-managed or medical abortion procedure, you alter that. Hello. Oh, hello. Hi. Thanks for joining. So When you take a medical pill for an abortion, you halt that process of the first trimester. And what that happens is, and then you just have, I have a video to be in the end cards. The bottom line of the story is, after that procedure, number one, take your painkillers. Before you take your second set of pills, insert them, ingest them, take your painkillers. Don't miss on it. Don't miss on it. Number two, if you had a surgical abortion, if they give you antibiotics, and if you're on self-managed abortion, you should also have antibiotics, things like that. Don't miss them. Even if you start to feel good, do not miss them. Take your antibiotics and take your painkillers. That's number one. Number two, for the physical health aspect, so we're going to break it down. Your physical health, we're going to talk about using cycle syncing to heal your body. So that would be naturopathy/nutrition. Then on other aspects of cycle syncing, then we're also going to talk about your emotional well-being, your mental and your emotional well-being. So that would be the three phases that the video is going to be broken into. So physical health, I've mentioned that you need to take your painkillers, you need to take your antibiotics, that's number two. Number three, you also need to rest a lot. Your body has gone through so many changes when the pregnancy started, and usually pregnancy is counted as the last day of your first menstrual period. So by the time usually when people discover they're already 4 weeks gone, and then of course you take your pills and that disrupts that process, right? You take your medical abortion pills and that disrupts that process. So you need to rest. Your body has gone through all this, is going through all these changes, and you halt the process, right? So you introduce all these different things into your system. Like I said, I'll have a card above that will refer you to my video on how to safely use abortion pills. So you learn more in depthly about what abortion pills are, what they do to you when you take them, how to take care of yourself specifically, right? And hi, Donatus. I'm currently streaming from Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah. I hope you're enjoying Enugu in Nigeria and the weather is fine. So back to the video. You need to rest. However, the next thing you need to do is to make sure you don't insert anything into your lady part. I don't know if YouTube will flag the video, so I'm just gonna say the lady part, right? Now, usually when you take the medical pill, sometimes certain procedures you have to insert with your finger into your lady part, and you have to maybe melt one under your tongue or swallow. I don't know what the girlies are doing now. It's been 3 years I made that video, so probably the technology has improved. However, when you start the process, you can't insert anything in. It's not advisable you do insert anything, be it pills, be it douching materials to douche there, or even just having sex with a partner. That is called sexual abuse. If your partner wants to have sex with you while you are currently going through an abortion or a miscarriage, that's sexual abuse. You need to run for your life. You need to establish boundaries. And I will talk more about establishing boundaries further on in the video, right? Now, I'm giving you about 4 tips for your physical health or 5. Then you need to incorporate proper breathing. Now, it can be very overwhelming when you discover you're pregnant, and when you finally make the emotional, logical, reproductive health decision to get an abortion, it can feel really overwhelming. So you need to incorporate and learn how to breathe properly. So usually when I start my live streams, I would usually start off with just like a very chill intro to ease you into it. But let's just do, I've not done breath work in a while, let's do it together. What we're gonna do is we're gonna close our eyes, we're gonna breathe in, and we're gonna breathe in peace. We'll hold it maybe about 6 seconds, and then we're gonna exhale really long. So you're gonna exhale all the guilt you have about, deciding to get that abortion. You're gonna exhale all the self-blaming you have for getting pregnant unplanned. Now, you're gonna breathe in, let's breathe in. Peace, hold. Say, I exhale the guilt. Let's do it again. Breathe in peace. Hold. We exhale the shame. Let's breathe in peace. Hold. We exhale the confusion. confusion. Breathe in peace. We exhale the chaos. Now, why breath work is important is when you find out you're pregnant is unplanned, or when you finally decide to get an abortion, either you self-manage it or you have someone who is sort of like a healthcare professional, that accompanies you, or you use pills in the privacy of your home. It can really just feel overwhelming, but learning how to breathe in properly, breathing through your nostrils, because the nose has hairs that filter in air and filter in things that shouldn't be in your air pathway, right? Which the mouth won't do, and many people breathe through the mouth, which is wrong. And I've talked about this in previous other live streams and videos. So you're breathing through your nose is a proper way to breathe in. Make sure your tummy expands. You hold it for 5 seconds, then you exhale through your mouth. You could do it loudly. After that, you could hum, you could pat yourself, or you could tap, tap here, tap under here. It sounds hoo-ha, but it is so effective in calming your body down. And these are all principles or practices that my coach taught me. Somatic healing practices. Very simple. Breath work is so powerful. It is the natural rhythm of our body. How like we're connecting to the vibration of the universe. Let me put it that way, right? So that being said, let's just get on to what other things you need to know for. Excuse me. You know how it is this lecture? I'll be looking at my lecture notes on my laptop, and I'll be sharing, things with you. In case you notice, I look away from the screen. Be mindful of that. If you aren't already subscribed, go and subscribe to this video. If you're enjoying this right now, you're watching it live, you're watching the replay, go and share this right now with one woman in your community or your contacts that will need this video, or anyone really. All right. So that being said, let's move on to other physical things you need to do is you need to also have a friend or someone you can confide in. Now, this looks different for different people. For some people, it could be I don't know if you can hear me, but comment in the comment sections if you can hear me, and type friend. All right. So for some people, it could be speaking with a friend. For other people, it could be speaking with a professional. There are lots of people who are counselors out there, reproductive health care, service providers. You see them on Instagram and online, NGOs, people you can share stuff with if you cannot share your concerns with someone within your own community. So that's something else you need to do. Now let's get onto the cycle syncing food, nutrition, naturopathy part of it, right? Oh, one more thing for the health part before we move on is that if you are having severely heavy bleeding and it has not stopped 3 to 4, 5 days after you've used your pills, you need to speak with a professional. And on that video, on the how to safely use abortion pills video, which I would link in the video description and also put out in the end cards rather, is that it has links to people who offer such services, right, that can help you, especially in a country like Nigeria where your needs might not fall under your reason for getting your abortion, might not fall under the reasons that are protected and recognized under the national guideline for safe termination of pregnancy, right? So say you're not battling with any terminal illnesses, or it's not as a result of rape or incest, or you're not currently dealing with severe depression, you may not have access to, you may not fall under the protection of the national guidelines for safe termination of pregnancy. So that's why it's always great to share your concerns with caregivers who actively do this to support women, in the community, and there are links in that video. So let's move on to food, right? Now, you might probably wonder, what does cycle syncing have to do with abortion aftercare? Everything, because the process of reproduction itself, cycle syncing makes you align with your hormonal rhythms and makes sure that all the vital organs that are in charge of so many important functions of our bodies, but also supports our reproductive health care, like our liver that metabolizes hormones like estrogen, progesterone, like our kidneys, our spleen, our heart, our brain. Y'all, you know, it helps cycle syncing, helps you eat foods through different phases of your cycle, the 4 phases of your cycle. You eat foods that nourish your body, nourish these vital organs, and support your brain, so you don't suffer brain fog. You have plenty creativity, your liver is not overworked because it's being nourished, your eyesight, your ears, even your nervous system. You are more likely to be emotionally regulated if your cells are not starving, if your vital organs are not overworking because they have little food to do. If you have enough nutrients, which is chemical energy, your food gives chemical energy to fuel your body. That's why I say food is fuel and medicine. So the food you eat gives certain sorts of chemical energy to your vital organs to help you menstruate, to help you ovulate, to help you go through your follicular phase, to help you, begin to reset your body after that disrupted pregnancy when you've taken your abortion pill. If you want to learn more in-depthly about what to eat, a list of food produce, Nigerian meals, seeds, herbs, spices, nuts, fruits, what specific work activities, social life activities, home care and self-care practices you should do, you should consider getting my Naija cycle syncing guide. The link will be in this particular video description. Go buy your copy. So let's move on, right? Now, with cycle syncing, like we explained earlier, pregnancy is noted to start at the last day of the end of your first menstrual phase, right? So that means like basically it counts like 4 weeks by the time people most times discover they're pregnant, and then that disrupts all of that. The pregnancy occurs, changes all of that. Then you have your pills that disrupts that process. You need to treat yourself as somebody who is in their luteal phase. So the luteal phase is the last phase of the menstrual cycle. It's the phase where we have an increase in progesterone, we have a reduction in serotonin, one of our happy emotions. I love that emotion. One of our happy hormones or neurotransmitters. Sorry, let me confirm from my notes. Yeah. Yes, okay, yes. So the serotonin is a mood stabilizer, right? So during your luteal phase, Luteal phase, the serotonin is reduced. So your mood stabilizer is reduced. That is why you need to eat certain things that will support your mood to stay stable. Do you get where I'm going? And we all know that getting an abortion can induce a lot of emotional distress. Feelings can crop up, especially with most of us who live in countries where we're not given a lot of information on abortion, but instead we're fed a lot of shameful rhetoric around making the choice to get an abortion, right? So it's important for you to identify when you are experiencing emotional distress. Are you hyperventilating? Are you about to have a panic attack? Remember the breath work we just did? For those who are just joining, you need to close your eyes, breathe in deeply through your nose for about 4 seconds. Say, I breathe in peace. Hold it 6 seconds. Exhale through your mouth. Just long, like. However, the reverse is what you're going to do if you have gotten to a place where it's like after administering your pills and you're in recovery, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you're just shut down, you're only watching stuff or binge eating food that is not nourishing. You need to then take the time to, breathe in as long as you can, hold it a bit and exhale quickly, because that does something to your brain and your airways that just wakes up your nervous system, right? So now back to physical health. I think we should talk about food first with cycle sync, and then we'll talk about your workouts that would help you. It will help you with stabilizing your mood. It will help you with regulating your emotion. It would help you literally calm and regulate your nervous system. And yeah, so let's deal with food. Now, if you can see the thumbnail of this video, I have certain fruits, and I'm gonna highlight just 2 of them and mention a couple of others. Right now, let's talk about one of my favorite fruits in the world, oranges. Before it used to be mangoes, but now oranges have stolen my heart. In fact, my reproductive wellness tea brand, Embody Healing Tea. Yes, we have an orange tree mistletoe tea. That's how much I love orange, and that tea is just packed with lots of nutrients. I'm not trying to sell it, I'm just saying that I love oranges, and by the time I finish sharing the benefits of them, I guess you're probably gonna love oranges too. Remember that this video is an after abortion care guide. Basically, how can you take care of yourself after an abortion that is cheap, that is easy, and is of course safe for your emotional well-being, safe for your physical health, safe for your mental health, and also safe for your reproductive health. So I'm just going to get into it. You need to drink lots of water. That's the first thing I'm going to say. You've taken the abortion pills, you need to be drinking water. Drinking water, drinking water, drinking water, drinking water, drinking water. Jam. When I say you need to drink water, I mean you need to drink water. Yeah. After drinking water, the next thing to do is lots of fruits. Lots of fruits. Now, and abortions can be very expensive procedures to get. Even when you get your self-managed abortion pills, they can just be, expensive because you're getting them under the counter, outside the eyes of the law, in quotes. Let me put it that way. So they can be overpriced. However, as you're getting your painkillers, as you're getting your antibiotics, you need to stock up on fruits. You need to stock up on fruits that have lots of liquids: cucumbers, watermelon, oranges, apples, bananas. If you're not going to buy any of the fruits at all, get yourself watermelon, get yourself oranges, and get yourself bananas. And I'm going to explain further. And of course, get yourself apples if you can. That is what you're mainly going to be eating. If you can get yourself access to ogi, like pap, African pap, ogi, which is like a blended maize or millet, that's fermented, lots of liquidy things like that. Of course, after disrupting the pregnancy, the morning sickness that may have made it difficult to eat certain things, certain solid foods that may have irritated you might still be there per se in your system. So that's why I recommend fruits, getting things that are fermented, that are very nutrient rich and dense. And there's nothing more nutrient rich and dense than fruits, right? Oops, did my earring just fall off? There's nothing more nutrient dense and delicious than fruits. So that being said, let's get into number 1, oranges. I mentioned if you're not getting any fruits at all, you should get oranges, bananas, watermelon, apples, depending on the fruits in season. If it's mango, like now, these fruits I'm mentioning are currently in season. This is September 2020, August, September 2024. Sorry, I'm in this timeline. Okay, so this is August 2024, so these are the fruits in season. But if you're in the beginning of the year, wherever you are, there are other fruits. I'm going to mention certain nutrients you should look for in your fruits that would help you. Number 1, so oranges are the richest sources of vitamin C, right? They're packed with nutrients, they're packed with minerals. Like I said, my orange tree mistletoe teas, right? And it is so, vitamin C is so powerful because it acts as an antioxidant. Now, you know that to calm your nervous system, to boost your immunity system, because your immunity would have taken a hit after you had ingested the abortion pills. You need something that is going to boost your immune system function. Now, I have a video on my channel, The Deadly Impact of Anger. I would also put the end card here. It talks in depth about how emotional stress can kill your organs with overwork, attack your immune system, which leads to autoimmune diseases. And that's when you don't process your emotions, intense negative emotions in quote, right? Or emotions associated with survival mode or scarcity mindset. like anger, bitterness, guilt, fear, things like that in your system that raise your cortisol, right? Your hormone, the stress hormone, there's a steroid, blah blah blah, on your spleen, things like that. And you know you need your spleen. I mentioned it is one of the vital organs that help with your menstrual health and reproductive health. Now, if your spleen is under attack from like a death level of cortisol because you're emotionally stressed, oh my god, I had an abortion, is this person looking at me in the bus like they knew that I'm currently bleeding, blah 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 blah, that guy tricked me, he lied to me, he said he was always going to be there for me, and then I got pregnant and he abandoned me. You're going through all this emotional stress, which is valid. However, you need to be aware that it could be killing your immune system, it could be killing the organs you need. So people talk about how, oh, my period didn't come for a very long time after I had a self-administered abortion. I was so scared that my womb was destroyed. No, your womb is not destroyed. Your womb is fine. But you know what has wreaked havoc in your system? Cortisol, that came from emotional distress and stress, severe emotional distress and stress. And one of the most powerful things you can ingest, vitamin C, is an antioxidant. It automatically boosts your immune functioning. So you feel, F-U-E-L, like it will feel, yeah? You fill your body with antioxidants from vitamin C through your eating oranges to inject your immune system. It's like a Kickstarter. It just pumps your system with things that boost your immunity. And it helps your body absorb iron because you know you need to heal from blood loss, right? So you need to heal your body. So as you take your oranges and then you begin to eat your iron-rich foods rich in magnesium, right? So now, what's it called? Our bodies can't make vitamin C itself, so we have to take it through fruits. And you know, one of the most incredible things about it is that it actually helps you. When you're taking that vitamin C, it actually binds all those chemicals that can cause cancer. It binds them up together, and it just helps you excrete it out. It just removes them from your colon. It removes them from your colon. You see that after you eat an orange, not the one where you just cut the orange and you drink all the juice. Like you eat an orange, you quarter it or you half it, you eat the pulp, you eat the fiber. It does that work. It will cleanse your system. It will kickstart your immune system with antioxidants that will just boost its functioning. So we have number one, oranges. Right, and it's just great for your skin because you notice after the pregnancy and then the abortion pills you take, your skin might be looking some kind, let me put it that way. People say, oh, what's wrong with you? What, you just look pale, or your eyesight might begin to become impaired because of the amount of anger. If, for example, there's a negative experience related to the unplanned pregnancy you had to get an abortion for, so you might be resentful, have a lot of anger, have a lot of fear, and fear negatively, it actually kills your kidneys. You need your kidneys for your menstrual cycle. Anger also literally kills your liver. Like I said, I have a video, I'm gonna put it in the end cards. Kills your liver, right? So you're going through all these emotional states that are not only disrupting the work of your vital organs that are trying to get the message that, okay, we're no longer pregnant, okay, let's get ready for the next menstrual phase, and they have all this work to do, but you're not, number one, you're not fueling them with food that is rich with antioxidants, rich with nutrients and vitamins. Number two, you're not eating iron rich, magnesium rich foods. And number three, you're not even staying in a place where you are distressing, you are practicing mindfulness. So it's going to be difficult. That might make your menstruation come later. I'm just going to be honest with you, right? So now, another benefit about orange is it has certain vitamins, B vitamins, and B vitamins are very important for your follicular phase. They're very important for your luteal phase. Like I said, treat your body like you're in your luteal phase till you get your period, your menstrual period, right? And eat foods that will fuel your organs to do their work as they prepare for menstruation after that disrupted pregnancy, and also eat foods that serve as medicine. And oranges have rich in vitamin B apart from vitamin C, and rich in vitamin A, which are good for healthy skin and eyesight, like I just mentioned. So when you're taking the vitamin B, number one, it helps you keep your nervous system and your reproductive systems healthy. and it helps you create what? Guess it exactly, red blood cells. And what do you need your red blood cells for? Exactly. Number one, blood that nourishes your eyes, nourishes your skin, nourishes your vital organs that help with preparing for your menstrual cycle, that actively prepare for your menstrual cycle. They nourish your brain with fresh red blood cells. Blood which can help you clear brain fog, that can help you feel better. And of course, I mean, I think it's pretty much clear where all of this is going. So you see why I say orange is a fruit you need to have with you. It's oranges are like 100 naira now because of food inflation. So it used to be like 50 naira before, but now they're 100 naira. That is less than, it's like a cent or like a sterling. It's like maybe 2 or 3 or something like that. So like they're very, very, very cheap. So it's a vital part you need to add to your guide. You take your oranges, you eat the fiber, eat the pulp throughout the day. It may not be like every hour of the day, but if you take 2 oranges in a day, with the other fruits I'm going to mention, fine. Now, let's talk about apples, right? So apples, for example, literally, apples are so great because they heal like damages done to your kidneys and to your ears. That's incredible, right? Right? And usually the most nutrient dense part of an apple, or most nutritious part of an apple, is actually its skin. So you need to wash the skin and eat the apple with the skin, right? And it basically just has vitamins like vitamin K, vitamin A. Like I said, vitamin A is very nourishing for your liver and your eyes, for your skin, which is important because your self-perception is important. If you see a shadow of yourself, especially after you had a self-managed abortion, it becomes difficult for you to have a sense of self-worth. It becomes difficult for you to be in the mindset of I made the best decision for myself to get that abortion. I am going to show up. I'm going to take care of myself. I am worthy of love. I'm worthy of future, children and fertility. I'm worthy of healthy relationships. I'm worthy of having and setting and reinforcing boundaries. I'm worthy of only aligning myself with people, that will support me, respect my boundaries, right? So you understand that apples have vitamin A, they have vitamin C, they have calcium, they have potassium, right? They're very nutrient dense and they're very easy to go. If you've had your self-managed abortion and you have to go to work, you throw in an apple in your bag, you can eat that. When you get home, an orange is a bit more messy to eat. You don't want to eat something messy at work. An orange can work, but the one fruit you need to start your day with, because as you recall, if you remember, we are fueling our body and supporting our body to not only function with support. We're trying to change the chemical energy and environment in our brains and our bodies that would then support our emotional health, right? You need to eat bananas in the morning. Well, as you're healing after your abortion, whether it's a surgical abortion, a medical abortion, eat bananas first in the night. See, bananas, they're like going to a comedy show, but it's in a fruit. It's like going to a comedy show, but it's in a fruit. They're really, really, really rich in nutrients that help with your serotonin. They boost your serotonin, right? And you remember what we talked about? Your serotonin is your mood stabilizer, and it just basically is that hormone, is the happiness hormone that deals with your mood, stabilizing your mood instead of your mood just being upsy because of too much estrogen in your body. Because you know that the level of estrogen in your body during pregnancy is so high, you may never get that high level of estrogen in your body for the rest of your life. So going from such peak levels of estrogen and having an abortion pills that introduces certain artificial hormones and things like that then disrupt the process, trick your brain, and though I would have a video linked for you to watch and learn more about the medical abortion or how to use an abortion pill safely. And of course, when you are eating all these nutritious foods, they help you just feel good, and that can help boost certain hormones that have you supported to, number one, reduce pain. Because remember, you're taking painkillers, but imagine if you eat things that nourish your body and your brain to the extent that your brain releases endorphins, which are painkillers. Your body releases dopamine, right? Because you feel like, you know what, I ate a banana this morning. I'm talking to myself kindly. I'm breathing. I'm doing the breath work, right? And I'm just drinking lots of water. I'm taking care of yourself. That boosts your dopamine in your brain, and that works better than binge watching a million shows while ignoring the fact that you're going through emotional distress. So I think we really covered like food. I really wanted to emphasize those fruits. It's simple, it's easy. People just say it in like all these blogs and everything. Oh, eat lots of fruit, drinks water, but people don't really go into like why you need to eat these fruits. Now, watermelon is any fruit that is water dense, like cucumbers, watermelons, are amazing for this time because you might not want to just be taking water. You might want to add a slice of, lime, and or you may want to just blend up cucumber, drink the juice, blend up a watermelon, drink the juice. I will advise you, if you're eating the fruit, you're drinking the juice of watermelon, you need to ingest the seeds. The seeds are so rich in iron, and right now as your body is healing after the abortion, taking the abortion pill and the disrupted pregnancy, you need a lot of iron in your system. You need a lot of fruits in your system that are rich with vitamin B's that help with the production of red blood cells that support your nervous system so that your nervous system can stay regulated. It is fueled, but never mind. I was gonna go into like the nervous system, but that's a conversation for another day, right? So now that we talked about the fruits you need to eat, you need to also eat fruits that are very nutritious, dense in high amounts of like zinc and iron, right? Like I said, you need to treat yourself like, oh, this is my luteal phase and I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm gonna heal my body. I'm gonna prepare for menstruation after this period. So you're gonna eat more vegetables. If you're gonna eat any food, eat more vegetables. It's probably what you may likely be able to stomach. If you can't, like I said, take fermented pap, that is ground maize or millet that has fermented, then you cook it with some hot water, stir it together like a custard. You add certain things to it and you eat it. You could do that. You can also do a ripe plantain that is rich in zinc and iron. You can do entrails of an animal like the liver, the kidney, all those parts of animal proteins. They're rich in iron, they're rich in zinc, so they will nourish your body. Those are the kind of foods you need to take. Anyway, like I said, I have a book called the Naija Cycle Syncing Guide. If you would like to learn more in depthly about how to nourish the different phases of your menstrual cycle so that your body is balanced enough for you to be able to function, create, and of course stabilize your emotional health and your mental well-being, you should definitely get that book. Now, enough with that. Another thing I want to talk about is cycle syncing workouts. So you don't want to be active. You want to be active while you're going through, like after administering the abortion pills. Not immediately after. I don't expect you to be walking up and down with Psychotech up your lady part. No. Give me 3 to 5 days after that. It could just be a walk. Go out to a window where you can see people. If that's all you can do for the day, that's fine. If you're already heading out, you're powering through, you're stuck on like a survival mode, but you're powering through your life while going through all of this privately, like I mentioned, take your painkillers, drink water, eat all these things we talked about, practice your breath work, but try to walk more. So instead of taking like a bus everywhere, if you're still going to work while you're still healing from this abortion, you could take a walk. Maybe just take a walk from a bus stop to another bus stop, breathe in the air, using our, the technique I touched on how to breathe in properly, breathing through your nose. Hold it, breathe out. Make sure when you breathe in, your tummy expands. When you breathe out, your tummy contracts, right? Just breathe it in, look at the car, look at nature, listen to the birds, look at the trees, walk to the next bus stop. You can take a keke or a bike to wherever it is you're going. Incorporating those walks, they really help. You might not be ready yet enough to start running or cycling or swimming, but taking those walks and maybe even dancing, dancing will connect you to your feminine energy, which will be so healing. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, right? So that being said, I think that's pretty much it on cycle syncing with the foods and the water. Let's talk about, and I've talked about the biochemical support you need for emotional resilience, or yes, just to emotionally recover from after an abortion. Now let's go more in-depthly into setting. I've given you exercises already. Oh, this class is a fast class. It's a fast one. I'm looking at my notes, see what we've missed. Right, so let's go into more of like your mindset and your emotional health. I've explained earlier that I have a whole ass video that talks in depthly on the impact of anger and other survival mode associated emotions like fear, guilt, trepidation, resentment. Having them in your system for extended periods of time makes your body give resources that would have gone to your liver, your kidney, your spleen, your brain, right? Your nervous system, your immune system. It gives all this energy to fight off the emotional stress you're feeling. It gives you energy to do things to protect you, because it sees this as a danger. But if this continues consistently, your body is gonna think, okay, I think the heart is a foreign entity and is trying to kill us. And so you think where the heart is trying to protect itself from the body, like, no, I swear I'm the original heart. And the body's like, yeah, I don't know. But you're like always having palpitations and you're always fearful. The kidney is almost dead because of you. You're always worried. The spleen is out. You're always angry. The liver can't even give nourishing blood to the eyes, or will pass on vitamin A or K to the eyes so the eyes can see. Like, I really think you, this heart, you're a foreign body and you're pretending to be the real heart. And so the heart, in protection of itself, might institute a heart attack just because you are not processing your emotions of guilt, your emotions of fear, your emotions of pain around abandonment, or your heartbreak, depending on the circumstances around what led to an unplanned pregnancy, and of course you going through a self-managed medical abortion, God forbid, alone. It happens. I've been there. It's worse if you experience some form of sexual violence or abuse. Like I said, I have been there. But let me tell you certain things that can help, especially if you are somewhat alone and the only support you have is, for example, finding videos like this online or speaking with counselors privately, even confiding a friend or a sibling privately. Number one, you need a mind shift. You need to commend yourself and say, I am so grateful that my reproductive health is well enough that I could get pregnant. Yes, it wasn't planned, but I'm grateful it was well enough for me to get pregnant, and it was well enough for me to administer an abortion pill. Number one, you are grateful for your body and all it does for you. All right? Gratitude is so important because gratitude does incredible things, just like the way anger and all these emotions do things to our bodies. Gratitude and joy does things to our bodies, does things to our health. I think I talked about that on last live stream. They basically can help you, number one, feel less pain. So like I said, they could trigger the happy hormone called endomorphins, right? Endomorphins. I don't know how to, I think I'm pronouncing that well, which is a painkiller hormone. So while you're taking all these artificial painkillers, sometimes people are like, oh, I'm taking this painkiller and it's not working. Yeah, it can't work because you're not processing your emotions. You're not in a state of joy. You're not in a state of gratitude. Joy might be too much right now. But remember what I said in the video 3 years ago, the fact that it's like my career was not disrupted, the fact that my educational career was not disrupted by an unplanned pregnancy at 19 is enough for me to be joyful. I think it's that shame around all of that, the person that would protect me did not protect me. They removed the condom without my consent, which is a form of sexual abuse. Yes, there is, but that you need to embody gratitude when you're healing from an abortion. You need to say, I am grateful for all that my body does for me. And when you do that, I need to take, when you know you're grateful, number one, like I said, it boosts your endorphins, which reduces the level of pain. Like, the level of pain your neurotransmitters will feel. Number two, it's easier for you to show up to eat your banana in the morning, right? So your emotional state is supporting your chemical state, which is your chemical state is supporting your emotional state. Do you understand? Two of them are walking hand in hand down and around your body to fuel you, to energize you, and to, of course, heal you. So, yeah, the other ways you can kickstart your endomorphins. That's my brother walking around. My apologies. The other ways you can kickstart your endomorphins, like I said, exercise and like taking a walk in nature, for example. Pilates might feel too much for now. Pilates is a lose your face exercise, so maybe you could drop that. Just taking walks. I already talked extensively about that, right? So that's number one. Number two is practice gratitude. Number three, you need to journal. You need to do a lot of reflective journaling. And I have a free guide on questions you need to ask yourself, especially if you want to learn how to set boundaries. While it's not always great, we think, we criticize ourselves. I shouldn't have put myself in this situation. I should have said no to this guy. I should have suspected. Forgive yourself. You need to practice forgiveness for yourself. You know, express your anger to whoever it is that upsets you. You need to also do that. If it's safe enough to do that, you need to do that. If it's not safe enough to do that while you're reflecting journaling. I love reflective journaling and I advise about it. I talk about it a lot. You need to take a pen to a paper and just write down your stream of consciousness. Everything you think in relation to your pregnancy that was unplanned or unwanted, to the abortion process. I can't believe I'm going through such an emotional time and the pharmacist scammed me. Like, write all of these things down, right? Just pour out your heart. My partner disappointed me. I can't believe my friends is gossiping about me like this, right? So number one, practice gratitude and like for all your body does for you, and take care of your body, which will help you take care of your body and help you boost your level of endomorphins, which is a natural painkiller, right? A hormone that works with neurotransmitters that kill pain in the body. Number two, reflective journaling, pour out. Now what that does is it gives you mental clarity. Every of the things you can't tell people how you feel, you pour down on a paper. You process your emotion, you exhale. So with that, when you read back on it, you can say, yeah, I shouldn't have done this. I should do this. I should do that. I should do that. Now let's go on to this third thing, is set boundaries. Number one, set time boundaries. Oftentimes with experiences of sexual abuse is often someone we know. Sometimes it could be your intimate partner. Sometimes it could be someone with some form of power dynamics over you. Like there's an imbalanced power dynamics between the both of you, or if it's not a case of sexual abuse that led to the unwanted or unplanned pregnancy, if it's an intimate partner that it still violates your consent, or just does things like removes the condom without telling you, ejaculating you without telling you, things like that you do not consent to, you need to set time boundaries. So you need to limit whoever it is that impregnates you, that is not currently there supporting you. You need to limit their access to you, if not cut it off. I'm just going to be real with you, because this is someone that has been in your body. This is someone that has accessed your feminine energy, your feminine creativity. Literally, like you guys co-created something together that no longer exists. Your brain has been configured to their words, to their thought processes. Your body has noted their pheromones and their smells. Like germs is that deep. You need to cut them off. Or if you can't cut them off, you need to set time boundaries. These times you don't pick their calls, you don't text them, you don't do anything. You need to focus on yourself. Eat your bananas, eat your oranges, do your breath work, take your walks in nature, and journal how you're feeling, why you feel that way. What limiting beliefs led you to a place where you could not remove yourself from situations you're not comfortable with from the start? When you became even more uncomfortable during that time. And at the final place, why you thought those circumstances worked out for you, were good for you, and now you no longer think they're good for you. Note those down. So after you do that, you set your time boundaries. That's it. You just do not engage with anything when you set time to number one, take your walks. Number two, eat your food. Number three, take care of your skin or your bodies, or just focus on your work. Sorry, my prayer alarm. All right. So another way to set boundaries is say no. You don't need to explain, oh no, I can't go out, I'm sick. No, simple. It takes time, but say no and honor your word, right? Honor your word to yourself. If you say, oh, I'm gonna do this, do it. That's how you build self-trust with yourself. You do what you say you'll do. Even when you change your mind, at least you know, like, oh, okay, I don't like this anymore. But that's advice that normally would work in circumstances outside when you've had an abortion. That doesn't work right now. You need to take time to heal yourself emotionally, get regulated, calm your nervous system, boost your immunity. You need to do that, getting emotional support from someone, but at the same time, sorry, I got distracted with something on the screen. But at the same time, you need to say no to things that are not aligned with you. If you've journaled and you realize, I'm actually upset at the friend that introduced me to this guy who impregnated me and ran away, then yeah, cut her off if you want to. If you do not feel you need to share, you don't want to share these things with her, like this and this and that, then that's okay, that's fine. So we talked about certain practices you can do, or exercises you can do to regulate your emotions. Another helpful thing you can do is, like I said, your breath work is so powerful for healing. It's a core part of healing, somatic healing, even with emotional regulation, even with your menstrual period, right? You need to do your breath work. You need to breathe in through your nose deeply, hold it, exhale. Now, if you are in shutdown mode, aka hashtag rotting away, or rotting girl, or rot girl summer, or whatever the hashtag is, you need to, like I said, jumpstart your nervous system. So instead of breathing in short and then exhale longer, you need to breathe in deeply and then exhale shortly. Right? Let me just check my notes. So basically, I think that's pretty much everything I need to share with you. Also, more or less, another thing to highly mention is that you are worthy, you deserve fulfillment. Be kind to yourself, speak kind. How we talk to ourselves is so vital. The words we say, they create new realities, new neural pathways in our brains, which then attract new realities into our life. And even just like the Bible says, like there's power of death and life in the tongue, right? So you need to speak to yourself. You're your biggest cheerleader. You made this choice to get this abortion. You knew what was at stake for you. You've thought about the consequences. If you've not thought about the consequences while you're journaling, is a great time to delve deeper into, like, what does this mean for me getting this abortion? And you need to cheer yourself on. You just need to cheer yourself on. You need to just encourage yourself. Say, hi, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm kind to myself, I'm grateful for my body, all it does for me, I take care of myself, I deserve joy, I choose myself, I'm eating my fruits, and drink lots of water. So here are a couple of things you should avoid if you just had an abortion, right? I didn't mention what you should avoid, but now I'm going to mention it. You need to avoid narcotics. This is not the time to be smoking psychedelic medication, drugs that would help you escape. No. Remember what we said. What your body needs right now is nutritious, dense, vitamin intensely packed, iron, magnesium rich foods that will fuel all your vital organs that support your reproductive health and will get your hormones back in sync, right? So, and of course, that basically just summarizes it all. I hope this has been a very useful after abortion care guide for you. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. Consider buying the Naija Cycle Syncing Guide. It is filled with what you need to eat, activities, your social work, hair, natural hair care routines for you who wants to know when I want to take care of your hair. Spiritual practices or religious practices. I go deeply in the guide and I share for all the 4 phases: your menstrual phase, follicular phase, ovulatory phase, luteal phase. Okay, Victoria Samuel says, well done, darling. Thank you, ma. Thank you, Mom. That's actually my mom. Thank you. So, yeah, you basically need to get the guide. Cycle syncing is the way you master your emotions, is the way you know how to fuel your body, nourish your energy. So you see the connection between our nutrition, our emotional health, our mental well-being, our ability to show up, work, to create as women, quite figuratively with creativity in relation to work production, and creativity in relation to creating a life or disrupting the creation of a life. So I hope this guide has been your easy, cheap, and safe after abortion care guide and how to heal your body using cycle syncing. Thank you for staying with me on this live stream. I'm Adaeze Feyisayo, and I will catch you either during the week when I share an on-sale podcast episode or next week Saturday 4 p.m. Bye.